We all want it to happen. We all want it to happen. If you're a football fan, Ronaldinho is one of the most important players of all time. I would argue this. I'll make a further argument. I could argue that if you're a football fan, a real football fan who plays football on the street, gravel, or weather pitches and so forth, you love the soul of the game. Ronaldinho might be the most important player in football history based on just what he represented to the streets. As as the saying goes, Ronaldinho will always have the streets. So Ronaldinho is an extremely important figure in football. So there is no better story than, man, Dino's son coming through. So we're going to get Dino 2.0 because he's succeeded and everything. And that is what we want because it makes for an amazing story. It makes for a Hollywood story. The son emulates the father. And I think ever since Dino has retired, bro, I don't think that there's any name that I see. I don't think there's any name I see on Twitter that is constantly trending than Dino. Dino's skills. Look at Dino. How good was Dino? Like I really would argue. Like obviously, look for me. The best player I've ever seen is R9, 100%. And people can say like the GOAT is Messi, the GOAT is Pele, the GOAT is Maradona. I don't think that there is a player that is more beloved than Dino. And because basically, so I used to do like my demographics of guys who listen to me, and I think that if you're between 20, I think that's right. I think the sweet spot of 20 to like 28, people 20 to 28 who were like let's say like in their early teens or so forth when Dino was coming through. For these guys, Dino was that dude. Dino was that freaking dude. So I think guys like in their mid-20s, late 20s, it's just guys in their 20s. I say guys in their 20s who were like teens, early teens maybe, when Dino was really having his peak. For them, Dino got them into football. Dino is the reason why they fell in love with football. So Dino birthed an entire generation of football fans. And it's you can't say that about many players. That's the players' reason why guys came into the game. So, Joao Mendes, Dino's son, 17 years old. He has signed for Barcelona, coming through the academy, and Dino says, "Bro, I'm back, baby, because this is my son. I want him to go through." So, I started with the good bits. Imagine if this guy balls out. Imagine this guy has shades of Dino. He is Dino's son, so he has to have. What do you mean he has to have? He has part of his genetic code. So if he has part of his genetic code, we've got to see those elasticals. We've got to see those strong legs. We've got to see those amazing skills that Dino had because this is his son. There is parts of Dino in him. But here's reality. Callum Best, the son of George Best, I remember seeing like in the movie premiere for I think it was Rambo or Expendables, and I think I saw him on Big Brother, where people just film guys like inside a house or something. So he never even bothered getting into football to begin with. So there we go. That's the same over there. Jodi Cruyff rather. Jodi Cruyff. He was alright. But remember when Jodi Cruyff came through and I was like, oh shit, this is Cruyff's son, this is Cruyff's son. It was a massive deal made on that this was Cruyff's son. And he was alright. And I think, everybody just expected him to be this amazing thing because of who his father was. And I just think that he never lived up to it. And then I think he just faded away. And I just think he then went into like an executive role for Barca. Daley Blind was decent. Oh, sorry, what do you Daley Blind? Daley Blind is a decent, good player. He isn't Danny Blind. Because Danny Blind was really one of the key members of that amazing Dutch side that won the Euros, I think in the late 80s with Van Basten, Rijkaard, Gullit, and so forth. So, of course, I would say if it's which son best came close to his famous father, unless I'm forgetting someone, it's probably Daley Blind. Am I forgetting someone? A son who came close to his father. It's probably him. I'm just going through the names: Maradona, Pele. Kluivert is high. Jordan Kluivert is high, but he ain't part of Kluivert. Jordan Kluivert ain't Patrick Kluivert. I mean, I'm just going through the names. I'm going through the names, and yeah, like I don't really. It's quite small. So him coming through, the amount of pressure on him is going to be crazy because this is Ronaldinho's son. This is Ronaldinho. So I liken it similar to how you have with films, you know, like when Kiefer Sutherland was coming through. But even for you guys, because Sutherland may be a bit older for you guys, Denzel, one of the greatest actors of all time. Can I give you a Hurricane? Can I give you a Training Day? Can I give you a Philadelphia? Can I give you a Glory? Can I give you a Roman Israel? I mean, what? John David Washington is not a very good actor. He's not. And here is me. I'm trying my best to really be like, oh no, but I just know that because I'm a guy who used to do acting and so forth. I know John David Washington. He's not a good actor. So it's not isn't that okay? He's not as good as his father. He's just not a good actor. Like, you know, but people just want him to be good because it's Denzel's son. You know, like a rarity is someone like a Kiefer Sutherland, where his father was amazing and Kiefer Sutherland is bloody amazing. Go watch 2024. When you look at Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, they're all right, but they ain't Martin Sheen. They ain't Martin Sheen. You know, so he isn't going to be Dino. He isn't going to be half of Dino. And I feel that people should not even expect him to be anywhere near Dino because yes, he's his son. Yes, he has traits of his father. But as we've seen from the data, those exceptional players do not tend to produce exceptional sons. It doesn't tend to happen. Jordan Kluivert is nowhere near as good as Patrick Kluivert was. Daley Blind is good, who's not as good as Danny Blind. What's it called? Yuri Cruyff was nowhere near as good as Johan Cruyff. It just doesn't tend to happen. So he is going to have huge amounts of pressure on him, and I think that there is definitely going to be a want and a desire for him to be that dude. And I even saw some clips of him. You know, he's a left-foot player, very technical, and I can already see that. Okay, look, yeah, he'll probably be decent and so forth. He's not going to be like Dino. He's just not going to be like Dino. But the sad reality is he's going to have that pressure. The sad reality is that people will be like, this is the second coming of Homeboy. And when he makes his debut and so forth, it's going to be a massive deal. We're all going to watch. And as much as I'm going to be like, no, he's not going to be that dude. He ain't going to be Dino. There's something in the back of my mind will be like, man, what if it's going to be Dino 2.0? And like, if he does like one shum leg, he won't step over. If he just one elastic, like, oh my gosh, it's Dino reborn and so forth. But the reality is, he's not going to be anywhere near what Dino was. Never. He just won't be. And I think the best thing that we can do for football fans is let him just be what he is. Because I think it is unfair for him to have that kind of pressure to be like, because yes, he is his father's son. He is not his father. He is his own man. He is Joao Mendes. And he now has to forge what the career of Joao Mendes is. Simple as that. You know, so we can't just be like, oh, you're Dino, so you're doing something. Okay, cool. I know I'm his son, but I am my own man. I am my own player. For instance, I'm left-footed, he's right-footed and so forth. I think he's a striker. Dino was a number 10. And the way they play is different. So even like the way that they play and the character model is different and so forth. So it is what it is. Like, it's funny. If, let's say, someone told that Messi was like the son of Maradona, but like, oh my gosh, it makes sense. Like that, it would make so much sense if Messi was Maradona's son because of they play almost identically. They have an almost identical way of playing, but Maradona's kids, we never knew about them. We never knew about them. They had a career. So, and I just think that, because again, tell me, the closest I can think of is Daley Blind and Blind. I believe that Blind was better. Daley Blind is not too far off. He's not too far off. But Danny Blind was a lot more highly regarded because he played an amazing Dutch team than Daley Blind was. So I just think that the way this football thing works with regards to fathers and sons, it doesn't tend to follow through. Like, I'm sure Joao Mendes is similar to his father in different ways. Maybe guys, how to say? So I follow Dino on Instagram and everything. So I've been following him on Instagram for ages. Do you know Ronaldinho is 42 years old? He's 42 and he still dresses like a rapper. The guy still dresses like a rapper at 42. I told you, Daniel's different. Like, Daniel is different. Daniel is just a different guy. Like, I just don't mess with Daniel. Daniel's just my guy. He is my guy. Daniel is my guy, man. But no, Mendes ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna be now. So no. This is Daniel reborn. It is Daniel 2.0. But let's see what it does. And yes, and the back of my mind, as much as we say no, we're like, what if it is? Guys, hit that subscribe button over there, guys. Hit that subscribe button. And remember, become a member, support the channel, and get access to more content. And check out that members only content, guys. Peace out, stay true, stay real.